Ik ben in Brazilië bij een religieuze bijeenkomst. Mijn tolk en gids Samantha is net onwel geworden. Ze werd overmand door de energie van de aanwezige goden en geesten. Die zorgde ervoor dat ze haar stem kwijtraakte. De aanwezigheid van de spirituele wereld, zoals Samantha die voelt, speelt hier een grote rol. Geestesbezetenheid, stemmen horen, extreme stemmingswisselingen. In het Westen vinden we zoiets al gauw niet normaal. Maar hoe kijken de Brazilianen aan tegen gekte? Een paar dagen eerder loop ik voor het eerst rond door Salvador. Samantha is een aanhanger van de Candomblé, een religie die is ontstaan tijdens de slavernij. Een mengvorm van verschillende West-Afrikaanse religies, katholieke heiligen en invloeden van de inheemse bevolking van Brazilië. Overal op straat zie je afbeeldingen van de verschillende orishas. Dat zijn de natuurgoden.
People from Bahia, we are from Candomblé. Yes. So if you are doing a visit here, see that we have orishas that we believe in, that they are very important for us. It is a beautiful image. And I'm very proud that they are there representing my religion and the religion of so many people in Bahia. Even in Brazil. In Brazil we have a lot of people from Candomblé.
In het Westen geloven we dat er zoiets is als normaal zijn. En bij afwijkend gedrag word je gelabeld en bepaalt dat label je identiteit. Terwijl men hier gelooft dat de geesten, of de orishas, een hele grote invloed hebben op je geestelijke gemoedstoestand en je levensloop.
Do you believe in spirits?
Me? I guess not really.
Okay. Maybe after all this work you are going to believe more in spirits? And I believe that almost all our life is formed by things that you cannot control. I guess that you can control only 20% of our lives.
Only 20%?
Yes.
I guess that's different. I think a lot of people like to believe that we can control everything in our lives.
Yes. Do you believe that you can control more? That you can control your whole life? Do you think so?
At least more than 20%.
How much do you think that you can control?
70?
Oh, it's a lot, okay.
Samantha en Joshua, onze chauffeur en producer, nemen me mee naar een bekende Candomblé-priester buiten de stad. Joshua is zelf ook een Candomblé-aanhanger. Deze tempel is bekend in de wijde omgeving, omdat er veel mensen met mentale problemen genezen worden. Bij binnenkomst ontmoeten we gelijk een vrouw die veel baat heeft gehad bij een Candomblé-behandeling hier.
Os médicos tratam como depressão pós-parto. O uso de medicamento foi... Hoje eu tenho controle maior sobre mim. Tomo ainda medicação, mas assim, eu acho que eu consigo ser mais realista, mais pouquinho pé no chão.
Então a Nana quer passar para frente e ela fica atrás.
Nossa, muito bonita.
Ik wil de priester interviewen, maar dat gaat niet zomaar. Hij en de andere notabelen van de tempel hebben speciaal hun traditionele kleding aangetrokken en gaan er in officiële opstelling voor zitten.
Mas o que é que o senhor pode fazer e o médico não pode fazer?
Cuidar do lado espiritual. Muita gente chega aqui que os médicos mandam. Você já veio de lá, você já veio aqui várias vezes, não está dando muito certo, procura um lugar para se cuidar.
Como você ajuda as pessoas aqui a terem uma cura?
Com a religião, né? Na verdade, a cura está dentro de cada um de nós, né? A gente tem os orixás, que nós fazemos um jogo de búzios, onde os oduns falam e indicam o que é necessário fazer para alguém que não esteja muito bem.
So when you see someone, you know what orisha they have?
Sim, tem pessoas que aparecem bem, o orixá.
And me? What is my orisha?
Oxóssi. Oxóssi, caçador.
The hunter.
Mata. Você gosta de mata? Geralmente os filhos de Oxóssi são muito livres.
So did you also think I had this orisha?
Yes, it's very clear.
Yes?
Yes, it's very clear.
Why?
Because you are free, not on the sense that you don't have a person to put you in prison or something like that, where you're all the time showing that you are free, that you care for your opinion and not for the opinion of others. So you're always showing that. Yes.
De jager Oshossi als mijn persoonlijke god. Als we hier even later op het water varen, denk ik... Als mijn orisha zo van de natuur houdt, van het bos... zou dat de leegte verklaren die ik soms voel in de stad? Maar dat deze orishas echt mijn geestelijke gemoedstoestand bepalen? Dat ik bijvoorbeeld door de invloed van de orishas een burn-out kreeg? Dit idee is totaal nieuw voor me. De academicus Denise Ribeiro heeft de manier waarop de Candomblé-religie met psychologische problemen omgaat, bestudeerd en vergeleken met de westerse zienswijze.
Geralmente é interpretado como sinal do orixá em você, como uma manifestação do orixá na pessoa, né? Então aquele problema, na verdade, não é totalmente um problema. É um caminho que te levou a procurar o candomblé para cuidar, né, de você como um todo, não só daquele sintoma, né? Então não é a doença nem sempre é vista como um mal. Pelo contrário, é uma forma de você resgatar sua identidade, resgatar um pedaço de você que está esquecido.
Binnen deze filosofie kunnen mentale klachten uiteindelijk juist leiden tot spirituele groei. Om geestelijk in balans te blijven, bidt Samantha dagelijks thuis voor beeldjes van orishas en van andere heiligen.
Oxalá. For me, Oxalá needs to stay in a place up because it's bringing peace for all the environment. She needs to stay looking for the street. He is paying attention in the street and to defend the house from bad things.
So which one am I?
This one.
I am this black man.
Your spirit, not you. Your spirit. It's a black man. The Orisha or Oxóssi. They are all black because they are from Africa. The origin of Candomblé is from Africa. So they are all black.
Do they talk to you, the orishas?
A lot of times. A lot of times. And a lot of times things that I don't want to listen, but they come.
Could it be your inner voices?
No. No way. No way. They aren't mine.
So I think in the Western framework of psychiatry, if you're hearing voices, that could mean you're crazy?
Yes, maybe. Maybe, but thanks God I live in Bahia.
In Brazil?
And I was raised here. And it is normal, and maybe because I was raised here, I can have this connection. Você acha que é estranho ouvir vozes de espíritos? Ou você acha que eu sou um pouco maluca?
Eu não acredito. Assim, não, tanto faz ela ouvir, não ouvir, não me afeta em nada.
Ou você acha que eu sou maluca? Por causa disso?
Não.
Okay, so this is better.
Yes, it is better. It is white. You should use
blue and white.
Yes, but it's not good. It's dark, a dark color. It's better to use white to be in a...
Shall I change now?
No, please. On inside, yes.
Okay, so I got the white thing. Yes. Bij speciale gelegenheden dragen volgers van de Candomblé uitsluitend witte kleding. Vanavond is een bijeenkomst van de spirituele familie van onze producer Joshua. Allemaal mensen die toegetreden zijn tot dezelfde tempel. Hallo, nice to meet you. So this one you do?
Yes.
Is your elder sister?
Yeah, my spiritual sister.
Spiritual sister.
From the same temple and daughter of the same spiritual mother. From Oshasi, same orisha as yours.
Oh, okay.
You can see the same you did with Kamol.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nós somos do mesmo terreiro, José é do mesmo terreiro, mas nós somos de famílias diferentes. Mas fizemos essa família através da religiosidade. Né, João?
Muitas vezes até mais do que a própria família.
Mais do que a própria família, às vezes. Né? Com certeza.
Samantha raakt aan de praat met een spiritueel familielid van Joshua. Ze kwam terecht in een psychiatrisch ziekenhuis. Voor iets wat wij een psychose zouden noemen.
Ficou sutil, porque no dia que ia atacar, que era o Exu que me pegava, aí bora levar para o hospital para tomar injeção. Quando eu voltei era com a bunda acabada, eu voltei com a bunda acabada de tanta furada. Então o Candomblé foi muito e é muito importante para mim. Minha saúde toda espiritual, agradeço, não tenho como pagar isso. Desde o banho, de tomar banho, até ficar perfumada de novo, até me mostrar que eu era capaz, porque eu ficava achando que eu estava no fim da minha vida com aquilo tudo. Eu achava que, meu Deus, isso não vai passar. Eles vinham, me acalmavam. Eu vi o orixá aparecendo na minha frente. Agora sim, eu não vi os olhos dele, eu vi que ele era todo de fogo.
Ninguém vê o olho.
Ele é todo de fogo e os laços da roupa, tudo. Aí eu reconheci que era ele. Aí como é que não enlouquece, né?
Assim, existem alguns comportamentos que, digamos, no Candomblé é tido como algo, inclusive, padrão, algo esperado, como, por exemplo, o transe, como, por exemplo, você ver e ouvir coisas dentro da, digamos, da psicologia, de algum modo pode ser entendido, digamos, como pode ser um transtorno, né? A pessoa pode estar tendo um delírio.
For us from Candomblé, this is very normal.
To be like possessed.
To be possessed, to be in
or display like crazy behavior.
To be in a process of, to pass through a process of trance. This is completely normal.
So you are a psychologist. Yes. How do you combine this worldview that you were taught at university, studying psychology, with Candomblé, which is a totally different worldview?
Uau! Quando eu conseguir responder isso, eu juro que te falo. Porque não é uma coisa simples. Não sei nessas duas extremidades, mas convivendo com essas duas perspectivas.
So this party we're going to tonight, this Candomblé party, is there going to be people possessed?
Yes.
But the term possessed, it's weird.
Yeah, possessed can sound like a kind of exorcism or something like that. Is it?
Are they all possessed? Are they now in trance?
Some of them.
I can go in trance. I can go, yes. But fast, not for hours. It is so far from your reality. I was raised believing in that sense. So.
Ja.
For me, it's so clear, so it's a little bit frustrating. It's like I'm not explaining, like, for you to understand that. It's a gift. You can see the orisha here. It's a gift.
Everyone who's looking at them, they don't see a person dressed up. They really see an orisha.
Yes. They are the orishas, not the humans. They are receiving the orishas. Do you see the energy that the Pai Santo of this house has? Dancing so much. It's just the energy of the orisha in him.
Who is the Pai Santo?
The one using the straw, that it is...
Oh, that is the Pai Santo?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And he is dancing for a long time now.
Als de orisha zijn lichaam verlaten heeft, spreken Samantha en ik met de priester van deze tempel.
Quando o espírito, quando o orixá incorpora no Senhor, como você se sente?
Da mesma forma que você dorme.
Like you're sleeping?
Isso.
Samantha told me you are a doctor.
Yes, I am a doctor.
Yes, medical doctor.
Isso.
Pessoas que têm problemas mentais no Candomblé e na clínica, como é que o senhor trata?
No Candomblé, através de trocas energéticas. Na clínica, medicamento e terapia, né? Psicoterapia. Só que o tratamento espiritual é muito mais profundo, é muito mais atuante do que o tratamento clínico simplesmente.
Tempo, né?
Sim,
Prolongado.
Energieën die hier uitgewisseld worden? Ik probeer te voelen wat de priester bedoelt. Maar dat lukt me niet zo goed. Samantha wordt wel geraakt en zonder dat ik het merk komt ze in een soort trance. Als ik er met haar over probeer te praten, blijkt ze haar stem kwijt te zijn. Are you okay, Samantha? No, what's wrong? Can't speak.
Senta aqui, até passa.
Maybe she doesn't want to be filmed.
Samantha came from a family of, Candomblé, tradition of Candomblé. And then she did not pass through an initiation yet. So when she comes to a place like this, to a Candomblé house, so she started to feel a little bad. So
Because she's not initiated.
yeah, she has to. She need to be initiation. She need to pass through an initiation process.
Volgens Joshua is het op dit soort heilige plekken echt moeilijk voor Samantha. Verschillende orishas vechten om haar aandacht. En zolang ze nog niet is toegetreden tot een tempel, heeft ze er geen controle over.
Now I am.
What happened?
I don't know, it's never happened before.
Okay, you couldn't speak.
No. This sensation isn't good.
Were you scared?
Yes, a lot.
And I was trying to make you translate.
Sorry?
I was trying to make you work.
Yes, it was impossible. I can't.
Oi, doutora Dagmar. Abraço duas para mim.
Niet alleen bij de Candomblé, ook in dit psychiatrische ziekenhuis geloven ze dat gekte, psychische problemen en drugsverslavingen deels te maken hebben met spirituele invloeden.
You know, when you have chemistry dependence, it's very normal that addiction, and then we can see that many times this person has all this bad energy, and with this treatment we can access these spirits that are not in this dimension, but are still using the energy of the alcohol and all the drugs for them. So what we do is to open our heart also to them and to talk to them.
To the spirits?
To the spirits, yes.
Can you do that?
Yes, I can. I can feel them and see them, and also they can talk through me because I'm a medium, like most of my family.
Meu nome é Victor Carpentier, tenho 28 anos, sou enfermeiro, formado, pós-graduado e tenho problema de alcoolismo.
E aí, já está pronto para ir?
Me sinto preparado.
É?
Me sinto preparado. A gente está completando já os 60 dias.
60 dias.
Terça-feira que vem então 60 dias e
Isso.
gostei tanto que quero ficar, né? Eu proponho ficar mais um pouco. Sim. Muito bom, muito bom. Completar o tratamento, sair de cabeça erguida.
Tá certo. Deixa eu prescrever aqui para você, então. Certinho.
Ok. Tchau, tchau.
Tchau. Obrigada.
Obrigada.
Parabéns pelo trabalho.
Since I was a little girl, my father was a medium. I remember one time that he received this spirit talking in a strange language. Then afterwards we understood that was German. Can you believe this? So it's very normal for us.
So, how can you answer that a psychiatric, a doctor, a scientist is telling you that she feels spirits and she can receive them and that they can talk through her? Yeah. How can someone doubt it? How can someone don't believe?
But it's not like that I immediately have to believe anyone who's gone to university.
Yes, okay, but it is more near to make you believe. It is a big chance now.
Samantha wil me het liefst overtuigen. Geloof ik nu nog steeds niet in geesten? Ik heb zelf wel eens enge energieën in oude huizen gevoeld. Maar geesten die bezit nemen van mensen? Ik weet het niet. Ik geloof wel dat de mensen het hier geloven.
Mamãe te ama, meu filho. Mamãe te ama. Eu juro.
Aqui é um lugar... Assim, o transtorno, às vezes, ele vem acompanhado com obsessor.
Sim. Eu tenho um transtorno bipolar. E também tenho... Eu fui internada agora aqui com transtorno de pânico, com medo, com muito medo. Eu acho que sim, que é um problema espiritual.
Why?
Por quê? Um problema espiritual. Porque quando eu vim pra cá, eu melhorei bastante. Depois que eu vim pra cá, eu fiquei bem melhor. Eu mudei mais, o meu autoestima tá mais maior, tá mais pra cima.
Very much pra vocês. Tchau.
Ik ben echt geraakt door de warme, vrije sfeer en het enthousiasme van de patiënten hier.
Ela quer dar um abraço no estrangeiro. Eu já sabia.
Eu também, se ele quiser, né?
Tijdens een helingssessie van het ziekenhuis krijgt Samantha de behandeling die patiënten ook ondergaan. Positieve energie wordt ingestraald, terwijl mediums boodschappen doorkrijgen van de geesten.
Nesse momento, Samantha, você está sendo envolvida por uma luz prateada. Essa luz é uma energia que está sendo doada por todas as pessoas.
Ai, eu tô com frio.
Seja bem-vindo, meu irmão. Você acabou de chegar em um local de muito amor, muita paz, muita
Ai, eu tô sentindo muito frio.
Olha essa bebida quente aí do seu lado para te aquecer. Olha, você está vendo como você está aquecendo.
Ai, tô.
Meus pés ainda estão gelados.
Não, meu irmão, olha a água quentinha aí. Olha essa água quente aí nos seus pés. Então, você já está aquecido, você está acolhido. Veja tudo aí do seu lado.
I just put your...
Yes.
I just put your mascara because... But you told me you're an emotional person.
Yes.
So you're feeling a lot of things in there?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah?
Yes, don't you feel?
No.
Did you feel? Yes, I felt a lot of things.
I felt like I should be feeling things.
No, you shouldn't. It is you are feeling or not. It's not a problem. Anyway, no. It is okay.
De seance gaat lang door, omdat alle patiënten behandeld moeten worden.
36 anos. Então vamos visualizar o Magno.
Eu fiquei a vida inteira jogando tudo fora. E agora eu continuo sofrendo.
Esqueça o passado.
Mas eu não mereço nada disso.
Vamos,
eu não
se
mereço.
você... Calma, Miriam. Se você veio, você veio atrás.
En ook hier laten de geesten Samantha niet met rust. Achteraf legt een van de mediums uit waarom Samantha zo van slag raakt. Omdat zij ook de gave heeft om met geesten te communiceren.
Que mediunidade é como uma lâmpada. Você já acendeu uma lâmpada numa noite chuvosa? Você viu tanto de insetos?
É.
E tem uns mais atrevidos que vêm direto na lâmpada.
É.
Assim também são os espíritos. E a nossa mediunidade emite perfume. E eles sentem o perfume de longe. Então eles estão sufocados, estão doidos, eles vêm correndo. E aí, se a gente não estiver devidamente preparado, a gente recebe toda a carga de energia deles, é onde a gente fica assim. Tá?
I have mediunity. I don't know if I told you, but I have mediunity. And when I'm crying, it's not because the histories are beautiful. It's because the spirits are in me, and I have to work it. So I need to work it, or I will keep going to things very bad through my life. So it's that. It was very special.
Dit werk eist zijn tol bij Samantha. Door het filmen komen we op veel plekken waar geesten samenkomen. En daar is ze niet goed tegen opgewassen. Samantha komt graag tot rust bij haar vader en stiefmoeder op het platteland. Omdat ze zich met hen erg spiritueel verbonden voelt.
So I guess that I will need a long time to be okay.
After this work?
Yes.
You need to recuperate?
Yes, I need. To be in my own energy.
I'm
not
sorry.
My own energy. And not I don't need to be sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was my choice, not yours. And you don't need to be sorry. Anyway.
I think in Europe, maybe people would say, oh, she needs to go in therapy.
Diga, rapaz, fala.
Ela tá dizendo que pode ser que na Europa as pessoas me vendo chorando tanto dissessem ela precisa ir pra terapia. Quem precisa ir pra terapia quem não chora.
Não chora.
É,
É,
exatamente. Who needs to go to therapy is who doesn't cry.
Nós somos
You have problems,
latino-americanos.
guys. You
Nós
have
somos
problems, guys.
latino-americanos autênticos, né?
Yes.
Nós expomos as nossas emoções. Até pelo clima faz o latino-americano, ele expõe o que quer, ele vai direto ao assunto. Muitos outros, quando ficam camuflados, eles sim são os loucos.
Exato, também acho. Em que você acredita? Você acredita nos orixás?
Não. Eu respeito os orixás, porque vejo que tem manifestações.
acredita?
Eu digo sempre aos meus orientados, onde eu mais converso com Deus é quando eu estou na latrina. Mas é uma realidade.
comendo, pai.
Eu estou ali. É o momento mais privativo, mais individual que você tem, tá? Você não quer a presença de ninguém. Aí eu converso com meus. Eu converso, inclusive, dou respostas, né? Então, pronto. Muitas vezes o nego me encontra dando resposta. Essa daí mesmo, pergunta, tá conversando com quem? Certo? E eu estou falando, e eu não tem nada a ver.
De emoties die de geesten bij Samantha oproepen, zijn hier niet ongebruikelijk. Vlakbij het landgoed van Samantha's vader woont Valentine. Ze is een tijdje geleden ingestort, toen ze voor werk in Amerika was, en kwam daar terecht in een psychiatrisch ziekenhuis.
I was in a train to go meet my friend in the airport, and I started mixing up the two realities, or the different realms.
Which two?
I'd say like the visible, this earthly reality, and the invisible and the more intangible reality. I had a really strong sense that I had to get rid of all the material things that hold us to this reality. So my friend met me and I was completely naked. I was then brought into a psychiatric hospital where I was sedated and I was put to sleep for a long time. It was just nuts to realize that there I was, me, a healthy, intelligent, educated, connected woman, had been taken there.
And had you had this experience in Brazil, do you think it would have been different?
Certainly. For sure, had it happened in a context, say, of the temple that I go to, the Umbanda temple that I go to, and had I, during the experience, had I gone and consult with the caboclo, which is the spirit that I consult with, for sure I would have been guided, It's almost like you would carry someone through the whole journey, carry the hand and make sure the person goes through the dark night of the soul and then comes out of the other side. It's about embracing this ability and connecting with it.
So that makes also for a different idea of what is a normal person.
Absolutely. For example, I grew up with my grandmother channeling the spirit of a child in the dinner table. Well, that was normal for me. That was just what would happen, We would come together as a family and gather around the table, and then all of a sudden, my grandmother would completely change and start talking like a child and actually giving message to the whole family. That was normal. How dare you say that's not normal? That's the only reality that I know, right? And that's why, that's really a pity when I was at the psychiatric hospital and at the clinic, and I realized and I looked around at the people who were there and I said, well, what a shame, It just seems like in so many cases we're killing our shamans and our healers, because we make no distinction of what is what. And everything just goes into one frame. And then for that frame, the result,
They're all crazy.
Yeah, for that frame, they're all crazy. And for that frame, the way to solve it is to put it back into control. And control is by medication. And medication is dosing people off and completely taking them out of consciousness.
Als je gedrag gedeeltelijk bepaald wordt door de spirituele wereld, heb je misschien wel minder controle, maar het maakt je ook vrijer. Want je wordt niet gelijk gelabeld als abnormaal of gek bij afwijkend gedrag. Bestaat het concept normaal eigenlijk wel binnen de Braziliaanse spirituele filosofieën? Ik vraag het aan Denise Ribeiro, de academicus.
So could you say there is a concept of normality within Candomblé?
No.
No? Por que no?
Porque normal não é um conceito do Candomblé. Normal é um conceito nosso, ocidental.
So there is much more fluid concept of the self. See?
Mais fluido, menos limites, né? É um modelo aberto às variações, às variedades, às possibilidades também de interpretação do próprio indivíduo, tudo tem influência naquilo que você é. Então, não é um diagnóstico fechado.
Bij een bevriende priester van Samantha vallen we midden in een ritueel voor de orisha Eshu. Iemand raakt in een heftige trance. Terwijl hij al dansend wordt afgevoerd naar een andere ruimte, spreek ik met de priester.
What happened to him?
Nós chamamos, invocamos Exu para vir terra. Exu que pegou ele. Ele estava se sentindo a energia de Exu. Exu se manifestou nele e agora foi se vestir.
Verkleed als de god Eshu verschijnt hij even later. Compleet met de attributen, zoals een sigaar en whisky, die bij deze orisha horen. Ik vraag me af, bieden deze Candomblé-rituelen een veilige ruimte om emoties volledig de vrije loop te laten? Kunnen ze hier via deze rollenspellen, inclusief crossdressing, alle kanten van de menselijke psyche onderzoeken? Ik wil het allemaal zo graag begrijpen. Maar kan dat wel, vanuit mijn eigen beperkte referentiekader?
And what do you do in that little room?
Can't ask that.
Why not?
It is respect.
Okay.
Okay?
Samantha, you still angry with
A little
me?
bit. A little bit. Because it's making me do a thing that I didn't want to do. I hate and I hate that.
But I didn't know I wasn't allowed to ask that question.
Ik denk dat het moeilijk voor Samantha is. Omdat ik dat wat voor haar heilig is, benader als studieobject. Het is ook moeilijk om spiritualiteit te doorgronden zonder het zelf te ervaren. En het dansen blijft voor mij toch niet meer dan een heel gezellig feestje. Misschien helpt het als ik zelf een consult neem bij de priester.
So, this is medicine against anxiety?
Nós fazemos chá de ervas naturais com as folhas dos orixás que você não precisa mais, precisa mais tomar esse tipo de medicamento. Porque, por sinal, não é nem bom para o estômago.
I want to see if you're crazy.
I can't do the translation of the shells.
Why not?
I don't have any energy anymore. Any.
Oh.
I can't do it.
You're dead now.
No, thanks God I'm not dead.
No, but I
I'm
mean...
empty.
Okay.
I can't do it anymore.
Okay.
Can I ask Josuel to help you?
Okay.
Laro, Exu, Cobara, Exu, Agua, Gomojubá. Eu, assai, eu, assai, eu, assai, eu.
Sumaki praat via de schelpen met de goden in een West-Afrikaanse taal. De goden geven rake boodschappen door over mijn kinderen, mijn werk en mijn gemoedstoestand.
A vida afetiva dela anda pouco bagunçada, pouco conturbada. A vida afetiva. Entendeu? Essa conturbação. Talvez por pouco de indecisão dela. Entendeu? De aceitação dela.
Uiteindelijk, als ik hier zou wonen en echt in behandeling zou gaan, is dit nog maar het begin.
Né, de Logundiançã, que ela tá pouco com guerra de orixá. Que orixás também entram em guerra para querer ser o dono do ori. Entendeu? E essa eletricidade que ela sente é isso. Que dá a eletricidade para que o dono da cabeça venha se assentar e venha se acalmar e ter tranquilidade.
De priester zou met rituelen de verschillende orishas die om mijn geest vechten met elkaar in balans brengen.
O senhor tem uma boa impressão sobre ela pela leitura dos búzios?
Meio conturbado. Ela tem que ser mais paciente, né? Mais tolerante.
So you're feeling better now, Samantha?
I'm feeling so much better.
Really?
I have battery for 5 minutes. I have battery for 15 minutes maybe.
You are very much up and down, eh?
No, I'm not bipolar, okay?
Why did you think I thought you were bipolar?
Of course, you are asking me. I think that your mood is going down. Of course. I think a lot of things about you too.
Ela fica quietinha.
What?
Not too.
No, tell me.
You try to rationalize everything.
To rationalize?
Yes. And it is not possible. I'm so sorry.
You think I'm too rational?
Too. We don't feel.
Die avond is er voor Samantha een helingssessie georganiseerd bij de tempel waar haar vader bij hoort. Na al die rituelen waar ik bij ben geweest, begin ik eindelijk dingen te herkennen. Zoals een dans voor mijn orisha Oshosi, de jager. Misschien is mijn drang om alles te willen begrijpen een manier om grip op de werkelijkheid te krijgen, controle te houden. Terwijl ze hier juist een ruimte creëren waar je controle los kunt laten. Ik loop tegen de grenzen van mijn begrip aan. Contact met de spirituele dimensie vergt een andere instelling. En ik ben dus, inderdaad, te rationeel. Samantha voelt zich hier veilig. En daarom besluit ze dat dit dé plek is waar ze zich wil laten initiëren.
Aí às vezes eu fico meio assim com medo de assumir, e se eu assumir eu tenho que assumir, ter iniciação. Já faço.
Com certeza. Tem que desenvolver essa...
Pra parar de chorar, né?
Com certeza.
I found my place now. I will do it.
You want to do it here?
Yes.
Wellicht leid ik aan spirituele verschraling en hebben ze hier een dieper begrip van de menselijke geest. Samantha laat de spirituele wereld toe. Zou ik ook mijn stress kunnen overlaten aan mijn god Oshosi? Als ik hier was opgegroeid, had ik dat waarschijnlijk heel normaal gevonden.